Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Yassminne, your self-love coach and mentor. And I wanted to tell you today is a special day for me because it's like almost 2 days before my birthday. My birthday is on the 8th, but where I am in Dubai is like it's almost going to be 12 midnight. So it's like almost 2 days till my birthday. And today, as I woke up, I got an intuitive message saying that you can celebrate your birthday 3 days in advance because the portals kind of or a week in advance and a week after. Like it should be a month of celebrations. Because actually your birthday is not just the day that you were born. The portals open and they welcome you into this life prior to the actual date. And to confirm that, today I had a friend of mine, a dear friend of mine, message and wish me a happy birthday 3 days earlier during the day. And I said, thank you so much for the early wishes. But my birthday is on the 8th. But thank you so much. I really appreciate it. But that made me think, that the universe has actually sent me a confirmation through this person that what I felt this morning is actually absolutely true. Because hadn't I had this intuitive nudge and that person who's a blessing, who came with this confirmation, I would have maybe, that used to happen before, maybe doubted myself. But today, I feel so connected to my intuition on a completely different level. And I'm very grateful for my journey. And usually during my birthday, apart from celebrating and doing a lot of self-care routines and really being in that energy of pleasure, of really enjoying my existence, really thanking my body, really thanking my soul for hanging in, for my body for serving me so well, despite all the bad decisions that I make with respect to my body and are yet to be improved. But even then and there, my body is still giving me unconditionally. I thank my breath and the existence of life and existing in life. One of the things that I really reflect on as every year passes by is whether I've achieved my dreams and whether and what has changed, like whether I have transformed and evolved, like changed in a good way. And also if I'm still being myself. So it's like I go through this being honest with myself moments, like self check. And I remember that previously, when I used to go through this exercise, I remember for so many years after my 30th birthday, I used to cry every single birthday because I always felt like life did not have a meaning because I really tied it to the fact that I did not achieve my dreams. I always wanted to be an entrepreneur and a businesswoman. I always wanted to have a company for myself. I always wanted to be really independent financially and independent as a woman, where it's not that I don't need a man in my life. Partnerships are very, very important. And one of my goals is actually to have a family. But usually, I go into that mode of being so hard on myself that I really cry because back then I did not achieve that dream. And I'm still not there yet, but I'll tell you what's the difference. And that's where I reflect on where the change is. The difference today is that I grew much wiser. I'm much more mature, and my perspective on life has really, really evolved. Because as I look back on the journey of my life, all the experiences that I've been through, a lot of them were hardships and a lot of them were blessings. It's not always black or white, you know? Sometimes it's just gray until um, you formulate a meaning for it, or you get the wisdom out of it and the learning and the understanding. That's when it really changes and it becomes really clear, you know? So, as I was reflecting back, one thing that I'm always, always grateful for that never changed for me, regardless of anything that has happened in my life. And when I'm saying this, I talk about painful experiences because all the good experiences are always going to make you look good. They're going to always make you shine and look glittery and goldy because you're just going to reinforce everything that you've been doing. But it's in the hardships that one can really lose themselves. And by losing themselves, I mean losing their real essence. And by that, to be specific, I mean people, for example, stop being kind, or stop being compassionate, or stop believing in second chances, or stop being pure and innocent, you know, in their approach to life and the experiences and the people around them. So when I reflect back, every single time I do reflect, I look at my life, not that I'm stuck in the past, it's just a good reminder. And I always say, or I always think to myself, the one thing that I'm so happy that never changed in me, no matter what, was my kindness. I never stopped being kind to anyone. And every single hardship that I've been through that really hurts me, I make sure that if on my path I get people who I'm dealing with, that there could potentially be a space where I could cause a hardship onto them or a similar hardship onto them, I make sure that I don't repeat it. And this is where you really break the cycle. This is where you really bring in change. And I was reminded of a time where I was still a corporate banker. And I remember it was the first time, it was the first year, or yeah, it was the first year that I had joined an international bank. And when I joined, after I joined in a year, we were supposed to be doing appraisals, and they were supposed to be giving me feedback of um, how I performed and what needs development and what needs change. Whilst I appreciated um, them recognizing what I offered and what I delivered, one thing that I never appreciated was, I still remember in that meeting, they came to me and they said, you know, we can't give this rating. So I asked, why didn't I get the top rating, like the top performer? And why didn't I get, for example, the chance to have a promotion? I'm more qualified than a lot of people that are here. And since you've actually said that I'm doing the right job, or I'm doing good in what I'm doing, then I deserve that. So I asked, why am I not receiving that? And I still remember the feedback was, oh, you're still immature. And when I was told that, I still remember my reactions. I said, in what way do you mean I'm immature? Like, is it the way I speak? Is it the way I present myself? Because being in a corporate bank, obviously, you're bound to be wearing a certain attire, and you need to look a certain way for people because it's a world that's always looking um, for the facade, not really for the person and for who they are. At least that's what I personally encountered. And I remember they told me, "Oh, you're immature." And I said, "How? So can you tell me more about that?" Because I'm presentable. I'm very diplomatic in the way that I speak, and I'm being very diplomatic with you. I'm not completely being myself now in this video because I want to be a bit serious about it, but I'm going to bring in that other essence later. So I said, I'm ticking these boxes. I don't create problems and all of that. So what do you mean by immature? So can you tell me? And they said, because you jump around from desk to desk. And I said, so because it was an open space and we had open desks. And I was like, yeah, but if I jump around and I'm getting the work done, what's the problem? And they said, no, this is an immature way of dealing with things. And I said, well, if I'm jumping around and motivating people to be at their best, or jumping around to motivate people and make them laugh so that they can have a good day, or jumping around to actually have the work done, because I never believed in this thing that I sit behind my desk and I need to send emails and then pester people with emails and bombard them with hundred zillions of reminders and follow-ups. You know, if people who are supporting me or who are working complementary to what I do and I need them, and they will help me get the job done, and if they sit across me or on the other side of the floor or behind me or in front of me, then I can actually send an email documenting what I need from them. And I can actually walk across to their desk and tell them, I just sent you an email regarding this. It's a bit urgent. Can you please have it done for me? I really appreciate it. And have a meaningful conversation with them, not just a work, work, work kind of conversation. Like I can go and say, hi, how are you? What's happening? And engage with them and make them feel like they're human beings just like me. And I get the results that I need. So that was immature. And I remember when I took that feedback, the mistake that I did was I accepted it and I had to change myself. But guess what? I had to change myself and I couldn't be myself in any way, shape, or form. I didn't even look like myself. I didn't speak like myself. I was just trying to fit in. But one element, despite such an experience that never ever left me, was my kindness. I never stopped being kind to anybody. And this is something that once you realize it, you understand that it's part of your core. Even people abused my kindness. Even people, even people mistakenly understood my kindness or mistakenly mixed my kindness with naivety and thought that they could take advantage of me. And some people did, but they thought I'm an idiot. I didn't know what was happening. But I want to tell you and everybody, nobody is an idiot. Nobody is stupid and nobody is naive. It's just that if you are someone like me, or even if you have people around you that are like me, kind people, genuinely kind people, have a level of purity within them that is in their core. And this will never, never, ever change. And that purity allows them to see life in a lens of, from a lens of innocence. So when I look around me and I see life, I see it with a lot of innocence. Even if there's an experience that looks very similar to the experience that I've been through before, And technically, I should have learned my lessons and not, I shouldn't be repeating the same mistakes again. I always, I don't want to say I give the benefit of the doubt because there's no place for doubt when purity and innocence exists. It's either you decide to see things from a fresh outlook or you don't, you know? And most of the times, I actually do see things from a completely fresh outlook, as if it's not happened to me before. And I wait and see what's going to happen next before I judge and I put decisions and raise like put the walls up and the guards up. Oh, I shouldn't be doing this. I shouldn't be repeating the same mistake. So what? Even if a mistake is repeated, why not? We're here to learn. It's okay. We should stop judging ourselves, you know? So I see things from a space of complete and total innocence. And as I exited, or as I let that old aspect of me die, or I released that old aspect of me, the serious type, I need to be mature, false mature for me. I need to look this way, I need to talk this way, I need to present myself this way. And even when I did that, by the way, I didn't get what I needed, which is so funny um, and ironic, really. Um, Despite all that, the innocence that stayed with me grew as I did my own healing. So, as I did my own healing, I felt even more safe to be myself. And this leads me to where I'm going to come to next. Me being more myself, and now I'm assuming the role of the healer and the coach. And again, I'm still in a world that is so corporatey that in a way I need to look older, I need to dress up in a certain way. To look more experienced, I need to act in a certain way. To look more confident or to sound more confident or to seem more confident, I need to have a certain voice and a tonality and all of these things. And the reason why I'm saying that is because recently, or my recent videos that I've been releasing, and I don't know if you've been watching them, my energy is more towards the energy of joy. Hi, everyone. Nice to meet you. This is Yassminne, your self-love coach and mentor, and this is more like me. Yes, maybe I need to tone it down a bit, yeah, but this is so much more like me. So I got a comment from a friend of mine saying, Yassminne, the moment I saw this video of yours, so there was this video that I posted about my previous YouTube video about the stage of life. Where are you? Your stage, your life. And I was saying, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and I was bowing down and really being sincere and genuine. And I had a friend come to me and say, Yassminne, the moment I saw this video, I felt like there was a lot of childlike energy. You look like a child. And the first thing that came to my mind, I'm like, uh-oh, because again, I went into that loop and that cycle that I need to look like everybody else. Again, the same story of the bank. I need to look like everybody else who's professional. Otherwise, people won't take me seriously because I'm just a kid. And I was like, oh, first thing that popped up. And I was like, yeah, isn't it fun though? And she said, yes, it is fun. It is. She's like, I'm not saying it in a bad way. I'm just saying that it has a lot of energy of innocence. And I said to myself, when she was telling me that, I was like, finally, I'm being myself. And I'm really being seen for being myself, which is amazing. I'm no longer actually trying to be somebody I'm not supposed to be. And you know what? Sometimes I can be serious like I am now because I really want to get this message through. And sometimes I can be just joyful and bubbly. And the people who repel from this energy because they see an adult, but they see an energy of a child, It's because they're not accepting their child within. And these are the people who need to work on themselves because they don't feel safe, because they're afraid of being judged. Because how can I be a banker and be also jolly and joyful and fun and funny? How can I be a lawyer who's going into court so serious and be jolly and fun and enthusiastic and bubbly? But why wouldn't you be? That's you. That's your core. If you're not here to put your essence out, then what's the meaning of life? Why are we here? So, guess what? I am mature. I am quite experienced. I'm very diplomatic and sensible. I'm extremely kind. I even say that. Kindness is my essence, and smiling is my way of life. No matter what I'm going through, when you see me frowning, most of the times it's confused to me actually really thinking or being in my deep thought, really focusing. Most of the times, if I frown or if I'm sad, I'm really quiet. I don't talk. I'm an introvert. And it's okay. I have my own way of dealing with things. But I never stopped being kind. Maybe I don't smile quite often. Yes, I'm trying to change that. I've been working on that, in fact. If I'm not feeling well, sometimes I can't be in the mood of smiling or laughing. And sometimes I really do put myself in that position where I smile because I always say it, physiology, and there's research about that. Physiology changes your state. And when your state is changed, you make different behaviors. You make different decisions, sorry. And then from these different decisions, you will have different behaviors, So I always say kindness is my essence and smiling is my way of life. And this is something, honestly, I'm extremely proud of because in a world where there's a lot that's happening, where there's a lot of betrayal and disappointment and all of these things, I think having kind people is something that is really needed to anchor a new world, right? Michael Jackson said, "Heal the world, make it a better place." How are you going to make it a better place if you're not being or showing up as your core being of the reality of who you are? You need to be yourself fully in order to change the world. Because again, going back to what I said at the beginning, we're here to play the role and we are here to be in our true essence of who we are, completely and fully. So, my message to you and my wish to you is to find your core, that core element in you, be it kindness, be it compassion, be it um, love, be it anything. All these aspects are, all these attributes are part of the energy of love. The base, the creation of it is love. And then from there, you have all these. So find your core and then just shine with it and express yourself like a child because we think we're adults, you know? We see that we're adults. Yes, growing is part of life, it's the part of its linearity. But our inner child never grows. And that child always resides within us. And this is the child that needs to shine through. And that child could be the wise one, could be the hermit, the introvert, could be the creative, could be the singer, could be the dancer, could be anything. That child of yours could be the innocent. That's how we create relationships based on faith. What is faith? If innocence does not exist, how can you have faith? Think about that. So, on this special day, as I celebrate me, I call you to celebrate yourself too. And I wish for you to find your core and to live in its essence and let that essence just be felt, be seen, and be heard by everyone around you. So, from my heart to yours, from Yas with infinite love. See you in the next video. Remember to subscribe. Thank you. I love you.